So Kunimitsu is a pretty big Tekken mystery. Let me give you a little history. So in Tekken 1, in the events of Tekken 1, Kunimitsu was trying to steal some Native American treasure. Went up against Michelle and lost. Um, this is back when they gave real definitive yes or no's to who won, in a tournament. So she lost. And upon hearing of this defeat, Yoshimitsu had banished her from the Manji clan. That's their clan that they have in the Tekken series. And her grandfather wanted Yoshimitsu's sword, which is named Yoshimitsu, so he can make a copy before he died. And we don't see Kunimitsu after this. Now, we don't really get much information from her endings either. Now, in her Tekken 2 ending, it's just her with the sword, but clearly that didn't happen. Then we have the Tekken Tag ending where she's going up against Yoshimitsu, and there's only one victor. Now, this ending, it's really hard to say anything about it because, like I said, Tekken Tag isn't canon, but it can have some story elements that were. Yoshimitsu's ending is quite the opposite. He actually kills her in his ending, but that sword that he has can cut body and soul, or mind, I believe it was. It's one of those, body, soul, and or mind. Now, that may have just made her pass out. That is something I've been thinking about for a while since Tekken Tag came out. Now, that could have just made her pass out. That could have been what happened at the end of Tekken 2. Or, Kunimitsu's grandfather may have passed away and she wouldn't have seen any reason to, still continue fighting anymore. But in between Tekken 2 and Tekken 3, some people speculate that Ogre had actually killed her because he has one of her moves. But Ogre has moves from Wong, Beck, and Bob. But more specifically in Tekken 3, a canon game, he has Wong and Beck's moves, but both of those characters are alive and never came into contact with Ogre. So what happened to her? Who knows, really? That's what I'm trying to figure out. That is why she's a mystery, because she's actually one of the most interesting mysteries because she wasn't that popular of a character, but ever since, I want to say since we went into like the PS2 era, she's been gradually getting more popular as the time went on, and she's not been in the game. For instance, Tekken Tag 2 and Tekken Revolution, she was one of the most requested characters because Harada, they knew it was Tekken Tag 2 and how different they could make the character, and they were just like, you know what? Let's see if the fans like it, and the fans liked it a lot. But anyway, back to the mystery. So I don't think she was killed by Ogre because in Tekken Tag 2, she has scars on her face. And if you remember in Tekken Tag, everybody in Tekken Tag from Tekken 2 and 1, they had their Tekken 2 age. So that's what they look like. They look like they were young. That's why Beck looks young. That's why Kazuya looks young. That is why Kunimitsu doesn't have any scars, I believe. So it may have been something that happened in between the events of Tekken 2 and 3, or 3 and 6. You never know. Or it could be. I don't think that Yoshimitsu did it because those scars don't look like sword marks. They don't look like something a sword would do. It looks like more rather she's been scratched. But scratched by what? That raises another question. What would have done that type of scar on her? Would it be True Ogre? Nah, it couldn't be because it's True Ogre, right? He didn't become True Ogre until he came into contact with Heihachi's soul. Is that right? Just asking you guys. So, what do you guys think happened with Kunimitsu? Was she defeated by Yoshimitsu? Did she run away? Or did she just cease fighting because she was on kind of a losing streak? I used to fantasize with fan fiction that she would come back to kill Julia because just to get revenge on Michelle because she sent Kunimitsu on a downward spiral in her life. I don't know, guys. What do you guys think? You tell me. You leave a comment and subscribe if you want, and tell me what you want. You know, if you want to see more of these, because my one of my friends, two of my friends like them, so I think I'm gonna keep doing it. Already got an idea for the next character. Um, but I think that'll do it for this video. I will catch you guys on the flip side. You know what? Also, I think I'd like to add, I just thought about it. In her Tekken Tag 2 ending, Kunimitsu, so she is trying to get the sword from Yoshimitsu. Maybe it's just out of spite. Maybe she just wants to take it because, you know, he fucked her over in the Manji clan and, you know, just wouldn't give it to her in the first place, and the grandfather has now passed away. Now, let's consider the following. In the tone that Yoshimitsu speaks about her when she actually takes the sword, it's kind of like, oh, you scoundrel, you. You know what I mean? It doesn't seem like the Yoshimitsu actually hates Kunimitsu, but more of, you learned well, you know? Like, you did good type of deal. I don't think that Yoshimitsu, and with that tone of voice, it doesn't seem like he would be the guy that killed her, but more rather the guy that teaches her a lesson, you know? That's just some other thing to think about with Kunimitsu. But I think I'm done for real now. I don't think there's anything else that I can cover on Kunimitsu at this point in time.